Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check fresh release from Eduard. This kit is modded in 1/48 scale. As you can see, it comes as a weekend edition kit, so it means we will get only two marking options which are depicted here on the box art. And it copies Focke-Wulf 190A-3, so we can say it's based on the new plastic, and it might be interesting for those who somehow missed previous Profi Pack and Royal class releases but still would like to assemble this kit. So now you have a perfect chance to build nice out of the box build without PE and masks, and obviously such version is cheaper. So this is a commercial sample, and it means you will get exactly the same kit, exactly the same components if you order it from Eduard webshop. Here you can see comparison with my hand. Then on the side we have some information about the kit. It is quite basic information, I would say, that it's made in Czech Republic, and here we have one of the marking options, also kit number. And on the other side we have the numbers of required paint shades. Here you can see both markings which are included here. So we have aircraft from March 1945 and another aircraft from fall 1942. Quite a wide range, I would say. And here again we have a link to the Eduard website where you can actually get this kit. This is a top loading box, so just give me a second. Here you can see that we just lift the cover and we are good to go. So what do we have here is, this is a separately sold PE set. I would like to review it as well in this video review, but we'll check it a bit later. I would like to start with plastic parts. As you can see, packaging is quite tight, I would say. You can see it like this, I would say. So I'm not sure why manufacturer decided to use thin box. Could have been the standard sized Eduard box, but we have what we have. So first plastic bag, these are resealable plastic bags, and inside first one we have two plastic sprues. These ones are dedicated to the biggest parts in the kit, obviously. So here you can see the first one. This one carries fuselage halves. Both are molded together with tail fin. And of course cowling will be assembled separately. External detailing is also quite typical. We have recessed panel lines and riveting, so let's zoom in and you see. I would say inside we have a system of tabs which will help you with alignment. We also have guiding pins in the tail area, and also do special position elements for example, landing gear, for the engine tab, etc, etc. You can get the more detailed internals with help of separately sold resin parts, but we will discuss it a bit later. Now we have next plastic sprue. This one comes with wing parts, so as you can see, lower wing half is molded. I mean, overall parts design is quite typical. Here we can see that it is molded together with flaps. So in order to retract flaps, you will have to get the separately sold PE set. And only part which is molded separately is ailerons and also wheel wells, which will have to be glued out of separate elements. Now let's zoom in and you'll see all those parts closer. So overall molding quality looks really good. I don't have any complaints here. And as far as I remember, overall fitment of those parts was also quite nice. So there is nothing to worry about. Here we have the second plastic bag. This one carries bigger plastic sprues because those frames are actually dedicated to minor elements. There are 3 of them, but here we also have the Ziploc bag with clear parts. So just give me a second to open it. As you can guess, we have here the clear elements, and this means the canopy parts. And of course, with these parts you will be able to copy the open cockpit on your model. So the only thing you need here is mask set, and Eduard should sell it separately. So you will be able to get it if you would like to speed up the assembly process. Next we have also here another gray plastic sprue. This one is literally full of various minor elements. We can see here cockpit parts, external landing gear parts, for example, exhaust stacks, antennas even here, even though they won't be used. So let's zoom in and you will see all those parts in detail. Okay, so that's all for this sprue. Let me also remind you that you can support us financially. It is quite simple. You just press the donate button on our website, choose the amount you would like to send us, and it's done via PayPal, so it should be quite safe and fast. And of course, all this money will be used to improve the quality of photo video reviews and also to get some new kits to be reviewed in such videos and articles. Here we have another plastic sprue. This one is more concerned with external detailing because here we have the ammo bay covers for several versions. Obviously there will be only one used. The same can be said about the, for example, I guess the tail planes. No, actually those covers, because they will have to be combined together. Tail planes should be glued out of 2 halves as far as I remember. And we have separate elevators here, ailerons also here, fuel tanks which should be assembled out of 2 halves, and landing gear covers. As you can see, 2 versions are also supplied. So let's zoom in and take a closer look at all those parts. With tailplanes, you could have noticed that we have the front edge and side of this tailplane serving as a guiding element. It should help you with alignment. And here we have the last gray plastic sprue. This one is also carrying the mix of various parts. We have 2 types of the propeller, 2 types of the cockpit floor, 3 types of the wheel wells. The same can be said about the spinners. Note that engine insert is quite simple, so if you would like to have a more detailed engine, you have to get the separately sold brassine kit, and the same can be said about the cockpit, because there is a separate cockpit kit in brassine series, and it will be noticeably more detailed than standard plastic, but even the standard plastic has nice detailing to offer, and should be more than enough for out-of-the-box build in my opinion. So let's zoom in and do the zoom mode. Okay, so as I said, that was the last gray plastic sprue. And by the way, about the cockpit, so that's why I had this P set here. So you can get a slightly more detailed cockpit with quite reasonable spending. So this is a P set, as you can see, it is designed specifically for this kit. And it will help you get even better cockpit. So let's open it and check what do we have inside. As far as I remember, those Doom sets, they're usually concerned not only with cockpit, but here you can see this tiny P thread. As you can see, we have the dashboard parts, seat belts, various handles and levers, which should be replicated with thin P parts. And that's really cool because you will be able to get something even more, I would say, realistic inside the cockpit. Here we have assembly manual for this set. So as you can see, we will have to detail the dashboard, side panels, then pedals of course, seat belts, another dashboard side, cockpit walls, and also some minor additions to, for example, replacing the antenna, adding the landing gear flex, and also upgrading the bombs. I guess that's a decent set for those who don't want to install huge amount of PE parts, but they still would like to have some colored PE inside cockpit of their Focke-Wulf. Next we have something what comes standard in this kit. That's a pair of Decals sheets. So just give me a second to open it. Okay, so first one is printed in Eduard and it comes with stencils, so I will zoom in. Here you can see it. We have several versions of stencils, black and red. It will depend on the marking options you choose for your model. And then we have the second Decals sheet. Here you can see. This one is more concerned with external symbols for 2 marking options. And note that surprisingly we have some cockpit decals here, so some modelers might even resort to those decals because we have seat belts, we have dashboard, so it might be enough for some of the modelers. And printing quality is really nice, so there is nothing to complain about. Next we have assembly manual. This one is printed in form of large brochure, as you can see. We have short history note on the first page. It is written in English and Czech. Then on the next page we have parts map, and note that many parts won't be used, as I said before, so they will go into your spare parts box. Assembly process starts with cockpit. Then we continue with cockpit walls and also dashboard here, landing gear area, and also the cowling parts here. Then we assemble the wheel wells. Those should be glued out of several parts, as you can see, so be careful with alignment. Then we continue by joining the fuselage together with wing. We install the tail planes, we install the rudder, the cowling parts, landing gear system here. Then we continue with propeller, canopy, and note that you have to use different parts for the open and closed canopy, so keep it in mind. Here we work on the external fuel tank, and it can be used only with marking B. And don't forget to use wire for the antenna in case you won't be getting the B set. And here we have the marking guides for 2 marking options. So just to remind you, only here you will be able to use the external fuel tank. And on the last page we have the stenciling guide for this aircraft. Okay, so in my opinion it is quite decent kit, especially if you remember that it is based on the recent Focke-Wulf project from Eduard. It should be easy to build, it should be quite nicely detailed out of the box, and you can even improve it, let's say, with various additions made by Eduard, be it resin or PE, but there is a huge choice, so it will be up to you which areas will be improved by those separate sets. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such set here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button. If you don't want to miss any new video reviews and you want to follow us, just subscribe to our YouTube channel and also press the bell button so that you will know about any new video release. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye.